people believed it. And the next thing I know, I was working in nightclubs and on television for years, and I could not get a part in a Broadway show, which was my dream. Just couldn't happen. And I would go up for auditions and they would say, we're not interested in people who work in television or movies or nightclubs. And so there was this kind of negative feeling about the things that I was doing to get to Broadway, and they wouldn't even give me a chance. And finally, I was working in Jones Beach at the Marine Theater, and we do it, sometimes 6 shows on a weekend. It was a terrible show. I was terrible in it. And I was praying that I would get out of the business. It had been 15 years that I had been knocking on doors and asking casting agents to send me up for things, and couldn't get it work. And I had 2 children by that time, and a beautiful wife, and I didn't know how I was going to make a living. And so I said to my wife, I think it's time for me to quit this dream. The next morning, I had a telephone call from Hal Prince. And Mr. Prince, who had become a friend, a buddy, said, Jolie, what are you doing? I said, oh, nothing. He says, well, forget that, because I'm doing a new show. It's about Germany in the 30s, and it's a musical version of I Am a Camera, so to speak. And there's a good part in it for you. And I said, okay. And the next thing I knew, I went to listen to the score of Cabaret, which is so amazing. And I thought to myself, oh my God, I'm going to sing these songs. Feel calm and bienvenue, welcome. Friend, étranger, stranger, glücklich zu sehen, je suis enchanté. Happy to see you, bleib reste stay. Feel calm and bienvenue, welcome. Auf Wiedersehen, à bientôt. That was it. That was the song. He did not want me in the movie. He had an idea that he never shared with the producers or anybody as to why, except that I think he probably wanted to create the movie totally fresh and not have any of the aspects of the stage show, because he was a great director. And but I was heartbroken, of course. And hello, my darling, Cheetah Rivera. You're coming back later. We've been through this together, Cheetah and I. Anyway, so what was I talking about? Bob Fosse, right. So it came down to 6 weeks before they were going to Germany to shoot the movie, and they still had not decided on anyone. And Bob came into a meeting with all the mucky mucks and the producers and the money people, and he said, and I quote, these are the exact words, well, gentlemen, it's either Joel Grey or me. And Marty Baum, who was the head of the studio, said, then it's Joel Grey. And I don't think that's ever been done, because films are the director's medium. They're in charge. And but the rest of the people were so, decisive about wanting me to do it that I did. And it was a challenge for 3 months. We worked on it in Germany, and I think the fact that I was proving myself to him all during the shoot, and the fact that he was proving himself to me, is what made for the tension and the right kind of atmosphere for Nazi Germany in 1930.
We'll leave that open to interpretation.
Walking by the canals, and all of a sudden I heard a knocking on a window. Psst, psst. I looked at the window and there was this woman calling at me, and I thought, oh, I don't think I need this. And I continued to walk, and she yelled, "Come here, come here." And out this woman came, gorgeous, dressed to the nines, with green nail polish. She said, "I'm Sally Bowles." And I thought to myself, she believes it. And that's all there is to it. And I thought cabaret has had some kind of a wide impression, worldwide.
And I wondered why you thought it had made such an impact.
The movie and the play.
Yeah.
Well, there's a production going around the country with Randy Harrison.
Yeah.
And Alan Cumming was great on Broadway, and I mean, it's a story that needs to be told forever, probably. There will always be those people, those Hitlers, those decadent people who care nothing about the world, and it's a play that tells a story, and plus the anti-Semitism that's dealt with in cabaret is very, very important story to keep telling. I was just listening on yesterday that during I think the 50s, they were sending back the Jews who wanted to come and immigrate. It was having to do with this immigration mess with Mr. Trump. And get them out of here. They don't want what they don't want, and that's the beginning of something that happened in Nazi Germany and lots of other places. So we must be very, very, very careful and listening carefully to what our government is going to tell us, because, this is a country made up of immigrants. All of us came from somewhere. So it's what's happening with the new administration is very confusing, and I'm just hoping they're trying to find their way.
And on that note,